Hello, everyone. This is episode 6 of Chats about Improv of SomerSand.
Hello, I'm Maggie.
And I'm Johan.
I'm Rikus. Hello.
Hi, Rikus. It's so nice to have you with us today. The episode today is going to be about Zoom is not that bad for improvisers. But first of all, would you like to tell us a little bit more about you as an improviser?
All right. I'm Rikus from Amsterdam. I'm an old man. I'm 62 years of age already. And I started doing improv only when I was over 50. So many improvisers start doing it when in their 20s or something. I already was an old man. And it was not so easy to throw away some 50-year-old habits that are very bad for improvisers. But I made it. Nowadays I'm a lousy improviser, but also a very fine teacher for two reasons. In my professional life, I've been teaching many things. News anchors for radio, news anchors for television, trade union negotiator, whatever you want me to teach, I teach. Because I believe that teaching whatever trade is about half of knowing the topic and the other half is knowing how to teach properly, how to make people feel safe and how to help people making steps forward. So that's lots of fun. I teach in real life in the Netherlands, and since Corona started, but later on we'll talk about that, I also do a lot of virtual teaching. That's me.
Thank you, Rikus. Yeah, and maybe asked or talked about certain topics you would like to talk about. You said, well, Zoom is not that bad for improvisers. Yeah, why that topic?
Well, as you might have noticed, there has been some virus going around and that shut down very much in real life activities, also in the world of improv. And that was replaced by lots of Zoom things, especially, of course, started up by our loved late friend Martin Bödeker. And at the beginning, many improvisers were struggling. They said, oh, I am not on the stage. They cannot see my whole body. Oh, it's terrible. As improvisers, we are used to deal with restrictions all the time. We do games in which we may not talk, or in which we may only say a sentence of 5 words, or we have to talk backwards. Every problem we love in real life. So consider Zoom also as something you can fix instead of be sad about. And that works very nice. The trick for us trainers is to kind of rebuild real life exercises in games into a Zoom version of that. And you didn't know, but you are going to do briefly this exercise. One of them, we all know this exercise when students are in a classroom and you say, all right, all of you stand still, only one walks. And if that person stops walking, somebody else starts walking. Or if somebody else starts walking, that person stops walking. How do you do this on Zoom? Oh, it's so simple. Just the 3 of us. We will show the audience only one thumb. Very good. So you see, the world of Zoom is not that different from the world in real life. No. Many things you can just rebuild for Zoom. For instance, when we knock on a door, we always stamp our feet. Bang, bang, bang. Now, when we knock on the door, I just tap on my desk. So Zoom is really not bad for improvisers.
You also teach improv in real life? And have you seen a difference? I don't know if you encountered that of people you taught during the pandemic in Zoom, they come back to real life. Have you seen differences?
Yes. In real life, you can talk about where on the stage are you. You can talk about the distance between two people. That means something. You can show your complete body language. How are you standing? And you can do lots of moving. In Zoom, you cannot do all these things very well, but you can be even better at what your face tells you. And a thing you can really teach and practice on Zoom is how stories work. Mm-hmm. Why do you first have to build a real good platform? Why do you have to pick one topic and dig deep? Things like that. So the narrative things are very fine to do on Zoom. And when real life is back and I see students of mine who did lots of Zoom, they became better story creators. Their story writing, well, as far as we do that as improvisers, got really better. So these 2 years with lots of Zoom were certainly not lost. No way. And there's always a laugh, just like on stage.
And of course, the advantage in Zoom, you can play with people all around the world.
True. That's so very true. Look at the three of us. Between Johan and me, there's just a border, not even with a fence. So I already knew Johan in real life, of course. But Maggie, unfortunately, you and I are, there's a sea between us. So I never had met you in real life, but I know you only once. But during Zoom, I got to know you from Zoom. And I got to know a big bunch of real nice people from Asia, from Europe, from the United States. So I've got a big bunch of real nice improv friends. And they are not only nice friends, they have brilliant ideas about improv. So very much creative input as well, which I would never have had without Zoom, because I don't visit the States on a daily basis. Oh, I love Zoom.
I wanted to ask you a question, Rikus, on that subject of Zoom. Do you think people are a little bit more concentrated on Zoom, on the story and listening to each other rather than in real life? They could be distracted by, for example, some people cannot be heard very much in a room because they whisper, or they could be distracted because they move around and they can't see the other performers. What do you think about that?
Yeah. Yes, that's good and bad. Because look at us, we see each other's face clearly all the time, we hear each other all the time, and nobody's walking behind your back. That is easy for Zoom. But improvisers also should learn how to be clear on a stage, not do this, or say, I'm going to shoot you, bang, these kind of tricks. So Zoom is not that bad, but there are some topics you really have to practice in real life. That's true. Because in real life, you can help each other. For instance, now, like I said, I'm going to shoot you now. Or behind you, there's a car. Just say it on the stage. So Zoom is not that bad. It does not mean that you never ever should practice in real life, of course.
Yeah. I also think one of the other advantages of Zoom Prof is that certain people have no access to improv schools, to teachers, or they live in remote locations, where there's no improv going on. And just by switching on your computer, wherever you are in the world, you have access to all these people, all these wonderful people.
Yes.
We can play with you, we can follow courses all over the place.
Yeah, true. That's about getting to know many people, opportunities for many people. Of course, sure. If you live even in a dense area like Europe, there are still small villages when there's no improv society, club, something.
Yeah.
True.
Also, of course, there's language. Like if people don't speak, for example, in this case, English very well, or English is not the first language, then you have the live translator, the transcript. That's wonderful. It's very nice help.
Yes. On the other hand, we as improvisers, we like to deal with handicaps. So in these 2 years, I have been doing lots of improv in German. That's not my native language. That's not my second language. I speak rather poorly German, but everybody always understands what I mean, what I want, what I need. So always go for the surprise and don't let any difficulty strip you off your feet. No need for that. Never. Also not on Zoom.
And I got one more question. This is a challenge.
All right.
Okay, you have a choice. You have only one choice. You can go on Zoom and meet the same people, or you can go live and meet the same people for improv. Both for improv. Which one would you choose?
I would alternate each week. Zoom, live, Zoom, live. That's a choice too.
That's great.
Thank you, Rikus.
Thank you.
I said something about me and my poor German language skills, but I don't let that stop. I told my inner critic to shut the fuck up. And this is a topic I would like to talk with you another time. So we'll meet again.
Thank you, Rikus. And that will be so true in episode 7 of Chats About Improv, where we have
Hooray!
Rikus.
Yeah, see you soon.
Soon.